Hi, seventh graders. Welcome to our lesson on the Bill of Rights and Amendments. So, in this unit of the American Revolution, we've been learning about the causes of the American Revolution and how upset the American colonists were with the British. And then we just got done with our reading on the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. So, kind of the basis of American government. Now, today we are going to learn about how we are protected from the government because of the Bill of Rights and amendments. So, our learning objective today is going to be I can explain the Bill of Rights. Cool. So, why do we need rights? What would be the purpose for that? Why do we need to have things that protect us from the government? Okay. All right, so remember, you are writing down in your notebook what is in red and bolded. So on the left-hand side, you're going to write amendment. When we amend something, we are changing it, we're making it better. Just like when you think about the saying to mend a broken heart, if you ever heard about that, maybe you are changing someone's broken heart and you're making it better again. So this is what we're going to be talking about throughout the day. You know from the reading of the Constitution that is the supreme law of the United States. Now, there were some changes that had to be made to the Constitution to make everybody agree on it. To amend a Constitution, we have to take everybody in that room and you have to have 3/4 of states agree to the change. Now, it's hard to have a lot of the people agree on the same thing and to have multiple states and people from those states think that thing should be changed in the Constitution. So an amendment has really only happened in United States history 27 times. It's not that much. And the first 10 we're going to talk about in a second happened right away. So really, since the start of the Constitution, the law of the United States, an amendment hasn't been that frequent. This is because we have people who have agreed and disagreed since really the start of the United States. So when the Constitution was being written and we had just gotten our independence from Britain, there were people that were fighting on, or they disagreed on what was best for the United States as they were coming up with the law. We had people who were Federalists and they supported a strong national government, and anti-federalists, people who did not support the new Constitution. They did not want a strong national government. They wanted more power to the states. They thought maybe a national government might kind of look like a king, and that's the very thing that they were fighting against. Of course, we know that we do have a national government today, and it's located in Washington, D.C. So, anti-federalists, they are from these states here in the colonies that now turned into the first 13 states of the United States. And some people from the states wanted to have a strong national government, just one government that oversaw all of the states, and others thought that states should have their own powers. When the Constitution was being made and wanted to become law, 9 of the 13 states had to all agree. And we know that that's hard to get a lot of people to agree on the same thing. So another compromise had to be made in order to make the Constitution law, the supreme law of the United States. Anti-Federalists wanted people to have rights, and they wanted the people of the United States to be protected from the government. So they said, if we're going to have a big, strong national government, then people need to have rights. Some anti-federalists would not even sign and approve the Constitution if there wasn't a separate document that had people's rights. And so the Bill of Rights was then created. The Bill of Rights is the first 10 amendments of the Constitution. And they list the things that belong to everybody in the United States, all human beings, and the government cannot take these things away, and they are protected, or each person is protected from the government. Now, a lot of these things are going to be things that the colonists were really upset with the British for. So you're going to notice there might be a direct correlation from writing these amendments, these changes, into things that they were mad with the British. So one of them is going to be like speaking out against the government. That was something that colonists were not allowed to do, like that picture over there. Okay, so the First Amendment, we're going to be looking at the freedom of religion, the freedom of speech, the freedom to assemble. That also means like the right to protest. 2 through 5 is going to be on this slide. You can see that a lot of these things that you were writing in your notebook are things that the colonists were upset with the British for. You can even see the Third Amendment, no troops in homes. Remember the Quartering Act, when you had to let in a British soldier and feed them and give them a room in your house, like living with your enemy? No one would want that. And so they made sure to write that in the Bill of Rights, that we are protected by government against these things. And then the last ones, the Bill of Rights is only 10 amendments. Everyone has the right to a jury. A jury is a group that will oversee a court hearing, and they will help give the final verdict on how the person should be charged with a crime. They listen to all of the things that the person has to say, the witnesses, and then these people in the jury get to make a decision as well. It's not just one big, powerful judge. Now we have a jury that can help give their opinions as well. So we're noticing that not all one person has the power. Because if one person had the power, it would kind of look like a king. So after the Bill of Rights is written, the Anti-Federalists agree, yes, this is something that we will have as the law in the United States, and the Constitution is ready to be law. There's Ben Franklin giving a big thumbs up. We are ready for the Constitution, and we are ready for government in the United States. Okay, so in the end, the Bill of Rights and the amendments help the United States have separate branches of government. So not one person is in charge and has all the power. It protects the people in the United States. And in the end, it protects us from the government and limits power of the government. So we don't have a king. It was what the colonists were fighting for, or fighting against, was to not have a king and to split up the powers in the government and protect the people in the United States.